get us started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Now Taylor on first down. Catch made by Slayton. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
36. Six guys. Check 6.
A first carry now. This is Williams.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right. There. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Check. Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Gano is going to miss this one left. Oh, it's no good for Gano. And this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10 way up at the 37. This is Chase Edmonds, who played his college ball in the Bronx at Fordham. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. Running left, here's Edmonds. Edmonds a first down and more. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 26. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
Meh.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You got nothing to run. You got nothing.
Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
And they use your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline, he knows something. He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give to Edmonds. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Chase Edmonds. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time on the catch and run. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, they headlined the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
2nd and 10.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
31's the mic. You got double up.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And despite missing 4 games in 2020, Sterling Shepard tied his career high with 66 catches, and that led all Giant receivers, and he makes a nice catch there.
Check your hot read.
Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Jones. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake. Jones. Looking deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? 56.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. John Feliciano, the guard, the guilty party there. They'll look to throw again. There's the first NFL catch for Kadarius Toney. Completion good for 14 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
Check 31, check 31. Hey.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of 2 there, second down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's Jones on third down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Colin Johnson there to make the grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a give to Barkley. Barkley a first down and more. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. This is intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And, Charles, yeah, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Here's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. From just shy of midfield, Wilson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Wilson. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. To throw again is Wilson. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They'll run with Edmonds. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
31's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the 38, Jones. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Jones, off play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check. One left. Hey, alert.
From the 22, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got. Both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
March 49. You got to get the ball. Get the ball.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That's complete, Okuebuna. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Edmonds. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Chase Edmonds Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. To Barkley on the check down. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Jones throwing on 4th down. Now he'll go deep down the middle. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. From their own territory, an incredible play on 4th down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Going for it all. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw again. That's complete to Slayton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs. And they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Watch the twist.
Barkley again. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Edmonds again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Gordon. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Steps away, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He sets to fire deep. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st and 10, Jones. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jones going to keep once more. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. To throw on third down, Jones eluding the pressure right. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Check 26.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
At the Broncos' 21-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.